Miroku have released a new model, and they've released it a little while ago, but they have delivered a new model. This is the MK Game. Starting at the back, decelerator pad. It is hand fitted, and it's not badly fitted, it's very nice. There's a couple of marks on here and a few small marks that it's not quite finished to the standard I've seen on other Mirokus, which is, it's fine, doesn't matter, it really is nothing. And we are cherry picking, we got a huge light on it, so we'll see probably more than anyone else. The wood is a grade 5 piece of American black walnut. It is of course gorgeous because it all is. Very nice indeed. Very nice indeed. Silver oval, pistol grip, hand checkered, drop points. Pretty standard Miroku stock, to be fair. The action is where it gets exciting. It's a game scene Miroku. They haven't made a game scene Miroku for 12 years, and they only made that as a limited run as well. On one side, you have a pheasant's head and wing coming out of a bush. The other, you have a pheasant in flight with some fields and trees behind it and a bit of sky. Around the outside, you have a very bold acanthus scroll with a little stippled background. The scrollwork covers just about every ounce of this gun you can see. On the other side, you have a couple of partridge. The partridges have very large heads. I understand that this is engraving and as such is stylized, but they do have a large head. The tree in the background is very nice as well, and again, acanthus across the floor plate that says BC Miroku MK Game. Alright, so honest thoughts on the action. It does not do it for me. There's my honest thoughts on it, I suppose. However, a grade 5 Miroku, generally speaking, has a little bit more detail in the acanthus. This is big and bold and looks very nice, but just for me lacks that certain Miroku grade 5-iness in the engraving. The game scene is lovely, and if you like game scenes, you will like this. It is alright. This gun retails at like 3,700, 3,800 quid. It's not a cheap gun, and as grade 5 engraving goes on a Miroku, I just expected a little bit more. And it is hand finished and hand touched, but I think it's just, there's a little bit too much plain, right? The shading is all background, and it's all just a bit bold and a bit plain, and reminds me of that old, was it the 325 that had just a, well, no, it was a very early 525 that just had the L-shape engraving down the sides. It's that open style without any shading, and it just kind of gets to me a little bit. But it is a beautiful pattern, so it is just me whinging a little bit because it is a beautiful game scene gun. And hey, if you want a game scene Miroku, like I said, the choices, there aren't any. Fore end has the same engraving style, actually appears a little bit tighter on here, there's a little bit more shading pound for pound. Same all over the forend iron. Hand checkered, rounded American forend. The barrels are quite exciting. Are they quite exciting? They are a 2 3/4 and 3-inch chambered gun, or 3-inch chambered gun. They are, I believe, multi-choked at 18.7, so they're like a Mark 38 barrel, but they have a solid top and mid rib. And as such, gives this gun a real classic look. With the multi-choking, that kind of is, as I said in a video a little while ago, quite important nowadays. With steel coming in, the fixed choke Miroku line is likely going to dwindle off, which is sad, but that's just the way it is. Being the multi-choke with the solid top rib, you're a little bit front heavy. However, for a game gun, that's not all bad. It does at least sort of swing about okay. It's just, I don't know. I understand that this is a more modern gun that will appeal to a lot more people, but this in my head is way more Browning camp. If it's a Browning on it, it really wouldn't surprise me. As a Miroku, there's just a few things about it that I suppose confuse me. And as a Miroku fanboy, I don't know. I just probably wouldn't pick this one. But that's just me. I'm quite picky with my game scenes, they have to be perfect. And this one, I don't know. There is just something about it that does not do it for me. But I didn't think there was anything wrong with the English Fields or the XLR or the standard Mark 60 Grade 5. So hey, I'd love to know your thoughts. I think it's nice, but not the nicest model they've ever come out with. But that's just me. I do not dislike it. I just don't love it. And that is the most underwhelming review of all time for a brand new Miroku that I should have been. Woo! I think that might be the issue, that I was so psyched to see this and I've seen it and it just isn't everything that I hoped it would be. There you go. That's probably the simple answer there. This is not entirely what I built it up to be in my head, but it ain't bad. Guys, go check one out. They're out at the dealers now. I'd love to know your thoughts. Thanks for watching.